Pakistan's defense industry has entered a bold new era in 2026, with one of the most talked about developments being the unveiling of its latest missile launcher systems, and believe it or not, it's catching attention even outside traditional defense circles. This time, it's not just military enthusiasts watching. Car lovers, tech fans, and followers of advanced engineering are tuning into missile launcher videos like never before. Why? Because the new missile launcher platforms Pakistan has revealed are not just about firepower, they're redefining mobility, modularity, and rugged design in ways that rival even the most advanced SUVs and off-road monsters on the civilian market. So in today's deep dive, we're looking at Pakistan's 2026 missile launcher systems, the platforms, the vehicles they're mounted on, how they compare to previous models, and how they're pushing the boundaries of what tactical mobility means. And yes, for our car update followers, we'll be talking about what makes these platforms surprisingly relevant to automotive tech trends, including hybrid powertrains, rugged suspension design, and real-time telemetry systems. Let's begin with the big reveal of 2026, the Shaheen V Tactical Mobility Platform, a missile launch system that's captured global headlines and social media buzz. Developed by Pakistan's Strategic Plans Division in collaboration with private sector defense contractors, this platform is more than just a launcher. It's a high-performance, terrain-adaptive, multi-missile deployment vehicle that can operate in some of the world's harshest environments. The Shaheen V launcher is mounted on an 8x8 modular heavy vehicle that's been completely redesigned from the ground up. It features a hybrid diesel powertrain that gives it a unique tactical edge, quieter movement, better fuel efficiency, and lower thermal signatures, which is crucial for avoiding satellite detection. The electric assist system isn't just for silence, it's for torque. This thing moves like a beast. With its dual independent axle articulation and adaptive shock absorber control, it can climb 45-degree inclines, cross shallow rivers without snorkel gear, and even operate in zero-visibility sandstorms with full radar-assisted terrain mapping. Now let's zoom in on that for a second. Radar-assisted terrain mapping. This is the kind of tech we've seen trickle into high-end luxury SUVs over the past 5 years, but the military implementation is something else entirely. The Shaheen V uses LiDAR, millimeter-wave radar, and AI-enhanced optical recognition to read terrain conditions up to 2 kilometers ahead, adapting suspension stiffness and torque distribution on the fly. And here's the crossover for our automotive fans. This adaptive terrain mapping system, known in military circles as TMAS, Tactical Mobility and Stability System, is being considered for future Pakistani military logistics trucks and, interestingly, civilian off-road vehicle applications. That's right. The same tech used to guide a missile launcher across rocky Waziristani plateaus could one day guide your 4x4 over a trail in northern Swat or even a city curb in Lahore. But mobility is only one part of the story. The missile system itself is a major update over previous Shaheen and Nazar series systems. The Shaheen V can carry a combination of short-range ballistic missiles, SRBMs, and precision-guided cruise missiles. It can launch within 5 minutes of reaching a deployment zone, with a reload time of under 12 minutes using its autoloader module. What's fascinating is the integration of encrypted satellite uplinks directly into the launcher chassis. This is no longer a standalone missile, it's a mobile data center. Each Shaheen V vehicle communicates with both Pakistani military satellites and regional drones in real time, syncing targeting data, weather conditions, and live reconnaissance feeds. This is the kind of battlefield intelligence that transforms missile launchers into responsive, data-driven weapon platforms. For our tech followers, think of it like a Tesla autopilot system but for precision strikes instead of lane changes. Now, let's talk about the vehicle's cockpit. You'd expect analog gauges and clunky levers, right? Not anymore. The interior of the Shaheen V launcher cab features dual 17-inch hardened touch screens, haptic feedback controls, and a gesture recognition interface. One operator can control all vehicle systems, while another handles missile prep and comms. And yes, it runs on a military-grade, hardened Linux-based OS designed for EMP resistance. Comfort? Surprisingly decent. Air filtration, noise dampening, and seat ergonomics have been upgraded from earlier models. One commander was even quoted saying, "It drives better than my Vigo." That's high praise in Pakistan. But the real car update parallel comes from the customizability of the platform. The chassis is designed to accept different weapons modules. That means a Shaheen V built today can be retrofitted tomorrow to carry new hypersonic-capable systems, drone launch bays, or even electronic warfare antennas. It's a modular, upgradable war machine, just like how car owners upgrade infotainment systems or adaptive cruise control packages post-purchase. So how does this affect the regional balance? Strategic analysts are taking notice, but so are industrial designers and automotive engineers. Because the crossover potential is big. Already, there are whispers that Pakistan's National Engineering and Scientific Commission is working on a civilian variant of the Shaheen V chassis, something like a multi-terrain disaster response vehicle with autonomous driving capabilities and long-range fuel efficiency. Think about that. A missile launcher turning into a platform for civilian crisis response. That's the kind of dual-use innovation that's becoming more and more relevant in the 2020s. And this leads us into another major 2026 update, the RAD-X Transporter Erector Launcher, a lighter, more nimble system designed for Pakistan's cruise missile family. The RAD-X-TEL is mounted on a 6x6 wheeled platform with a lower center of gravity, a stealth-angled body, and a full digital control interface. This one is designed for speed and surprise. In field trials, it reached a top speed of 120 km per hour across mixed terrain, with zero launch prep required beyond command authorization. That's because it carries its missile pods in a sealed, ready-to-launch state, reducing exposure time and enhancing survivability. What's even more interesting is the drone integration on the RAD-X. It carries 2 micro-drones stored in the rear chassis, which can be launched to scout terrain or provide terminal guidance. Imagine a car launching drones from its trunk to survey traffic ahead or find a parking spot. Far-fetched? Not so much anymore. Now, let's switch gears and talk about the impact of these systems on the global defense and automotive market. The rise of dual-use platforms, military designs with civilian applications is accelerating. With the Shaheen V and RAD-X, Pakistan isn't just enhancing its deterrence capability, it's quietly entering the race to produce next-gen mobility platforms. A handful of Pakistani YouTube tech channels have already picked up on this trend. In fact, one popular car review channel recently posted a review of the Shaheen V like it was an SUV. They broke down ground clearance, torque, fuel economy, and even compared it to armored civilian vehicles like the Rizvani tank or the Inca's Sentry. Their verdict? Overkill, but in a good way. So where do things go from here? Looking ahead, the Strategic Plans Division has teased a future-proof launcher codenamed Zara, which might feature active stealth coatings, semi-autonomous navigation, and AI-driven targeting. If it sounds like sci-fi, remember, 5 years ago, no one thought missile launchers would have electric hybrid engines or adaptive terrain mapping. The convergence of military hardware and vehicle tech is only going to get stronger. And it's no longer a one-way street. car tech is influencing defense design and vice versa. For our audience that follows these updates for the tech, whether you're here for the missile specs or the ride quality, the message is clear: the vehicles of tomorrow, whether civilian or military, will be smarter, stronger, and more adaptable than anything we've seen before. And for Pakistan, the 2026 missile launcher update isn't just about national defense. It's a showcase of industrial capability, design innovation, and a vision of future-ready mobility that could ripple across sectors. So whether you're watching this because you love military strategy, vehicle engineering, or just want to see how the world is merging machines with intelligence, the Shaheen V and Rad-X systems are must-watch platforms for 2026. Stay tuned for our upcoming videos, where we'll look at the launch procedures, behind-the-scenes engineering breakdowns, and maybe even a test drive of the chassis systems minus the missiles, of course. Until then, stay sharp, stay curious, and keep watching the skies and the roads.